and Brock. Got the game on lock, the competition flop. Live from the old state, the home of many greats. Smashing opposition, shaking them up like earthquakes. Tune in on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. YouTube, going nuts, click the link, no spam. No matter the weather, rain, sleet, or snow, it's a go. We gon' blow, enjoy the show.
G-Unit. It's not the G-Unit, it's the G-League. And Andre Ingram just got promoted to the Los Angeles Lakers. He dropped 19 points, 3 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 assist. He was 4 of 5 from 3 and 6 of 8 from the field.
Damn good night.
That was a good night. He stole the show.
He did. I was honestly, my favorite moment is when he's at the free throw line and you can hear the crowd start chanting MVP.
Oh, that's great.
MVP. So you know he was feeling great, and the team was doing everything they could to make sure he was being involved in it. It was a great moment.
So how long was he in the G League for?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years. How much did he even get paid in the G League?
He played 384 games in the G League. He's the career three-point leader with 716 total threes in the G League. 46% three-point shooter.
Really? Why didn't he ever get the call?
Now getting a call.
He's a 6'3" in between guard. You know.
So he's the same size as Lillard.
And his shot was weird looking.
He's got an awkward follow-through shot.
Yeah.
Give us a little example of that follow-through.
Well, he shoots it like this, and then this arm comes out.
And while he's doing that,
and
his
like
legs
up. So he's like
kicking forward, doing like almost a jump.
So it's like one of those numbers.
Yeah, it was
strange. But
it was working.
He came through last night with some big threes. Got the crowd into it. Every time he stepped onto the court, the crowd was into it. You could feel the energy. They were trying to get him involved as much as possible. When they were down 5 at one point with about 5-6 minutes left, and they needed a bucket. And they got the ball to Ingram. Sure enough, but he's got a quick release too. And bang, got him within 2. And then Alex Caruso and Travis Ware, they turned the ball over a few times, a couple bad shots. He never saw the ball again.
Do you think this is Magic's like smoke screen to make sure no one sees that he's trying to get all these free agents? We know he is, but he's gonna be. Ingram ain't gonna be there next year.
He won himself a job somewhere in the league.
You think so? After a Jeremy Lin type deal?
No, not a Jeremy Lin got paid.
Yeah.
This guy's 32 years old. He's going to be your 14th, 15th man off the bench. He's going to come in when the game's a blowout, stuff like that. Or if you need a three-pointer.
And he's not going to... Honestly, I wouldn't rule him out as being in LA next year.
Could he be like a Craig Hodges?
He'd be just like a league minimum.
He's a little shorter than Craig Hodges, but he could be a little spark plug that can come in there, get a couple threes, try to, for the second, third unit, try to get some momentum going.
Yeah. It's not like he's going to be taking a whole bunch of money to stop Magic from signing anybody.
He's I don't want to say genius, but he's a mathematics teacher.
Really?
And that's his passion. So he tutors high school kids during the off season and during the season when he has time.
That's cool. That's real cool.
No.
So we talked about Ingram. Let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs. 21 straight
21
years in the playoffs. What can we say about that?
Longevity.
It's all of my adult life.
Consistency. Yeah.
So Popovich is the captain steering this ship. What type of coach is he going to go down as in history as far as...
No, obviously he's going to go down as one of the greatest.
Do you throw him in there with Phil Jackson?
I throw him over Phil.
Really?
I throw him over Phil. Regardless of Phil's rings, I throw him over Phil as a coach. Just because... they've been to the finals. They lost the finals once. They've been there 6 times. They won 5, right? Phil has lost an NBA finals twice. He's got 11 championships?
Yeah.
Something like that?
6 and 5.
Yeah, 11 championships.
Plus, 2 as a player, right?
2 with the Knicks.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Popovich he coached less talent and got the most out of that talent than Phil Jackson running with.
I agree with that.
Kobe, Shaq, Mike, Scottie.
Phil Jackson, as far as everybody says he's the greatest coach of all time, whatever the case may be, he's the luckiest coach of all time. I've said that in the past, and I still agree with that. And I agree with you, Pop. I don't know that everybody's going to have that standpoint on him, but I personally feel like he is. I can't think of any other coaches I'd rather have than him.
Right. I mean, he's a coach's coach, and he's got personality to him. He's not a robot. You know, he'll tell you how it is. He'll also make fun of you and make fun of himself. You know, he toys with the media. But what he does is he builds relationships. And to have any successful business or team, you have to have relationship building. And he builds them relationships with those players that are Manu Ginobili, you know, coming from Argentina, Tony Parker coming over from France. You know, you got Davis Bertans, and you know, they never really had big free agents come there either, like marquee names.
Yeah.
You know, and what he's done is they built that team through the draft and basically through their farm system. You know, the Spur way, kind of like the Patriot way. You know, they do things their way, and it's very successful, and you can see why.
And is he the greatest NBA coach of all time?
I say yes.
I would find it hard to argue it. That's for sure. I mean, for the simple fact that you've watched David Robinson come and go, you watch Tim Duncan come and go. Ginobili, all these guys are aging. Like it's just that next man up, and it always seems to hit. Like he's not missing a beat. Like I don't understand how it happens.
And that's how we thought the whole thing with Kawhi was going to be. Was Timmy's going to retire? Kawhi's going to now take the keys and then lead them to another 10 successful years, 12 successful years. So
and
now that might be in question.
That's in question. The story's still untold.
And then you got LaMarcus Aldridge. That's still there too.
And
so
he's completely turned into a different basketball player.
Absolutely. He's turned it around completely.
So what seed are Chuck Popovich's Spurs in the playoff?
They are let's see, Houston's 1, Minnesota 7, Golden State 2, or Minnesota's 8, so they're the 7th seed.
They're 7th seed, so they're playing
Golden State.
Golden State. Do they have any shot?
Without Kawhi, no.
No. So, what upsets are you predicting in the West? First round upsets.
Okay, so you got Houston, Minnesota 1-8. Houston's gonna win that, but it's gonna be close because Jimmy Butler's back and they have a squad. Minnesota has a team.
I say Houston in 5.
Houston's gonna win that. Golden State's gonna win against San Antonio. The matchup I'm concerned about is this OKC Utah matchup. So that can go either way. I don't think Utah's got the advantage. I don't think OKC's got the advantage.
That's probably the best matchup in the first round.
That's gonna be a fun one to watch. That's gonna be a fun one to watch. But Portland, New Orleans, I want to go with Portland just because of their experience, the players that they have.
I feel like Damian Lillard's gonna put on a show for nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be amazing, just the series in itself, but it's gonna be like True Detective on HBO. It's just gonna be this short glimpse, and it's gonna be gone. It's gonna disappear.
But the seeding, because Utah's playing Portland right now tonight,
it could flip flop.
The seeding could flip flop. So it could end up being Portland, OKC, Utah.
Would you rather see a Portland OKC or a Utah OKC?
I'd rather see Portland OKC and Utah New Orleans. Utah is going to beat New Orleans, and Portland OKC is going to be a shootout. So,
what we got in the East?
In the East, we got Toronto taking on Washington. I see Washington upsetting Toronto.
Oh,
I don't see that.
I don't see that either.
I see Washington upsetting Toronto.
I could see him taking 2 games.
You got Boston,
6.
Miami. Boston, Milwaukee.
Washington has been playing like complete.
They have
poop.
They have.
Like for you to call this, you are literally either having some kind of psychic vision, or you're freaking drunker than I thought. Like,
No, I'm good.
Whatever. All right. Go ahead.
I say Washington upsetting Toronto. You know, that's my bold prediction.
I got you.
So
you're making one.
Boston, Milwaukee. I gotta go with Milwaukee just because Boston's struggling with injuries.
That technically will be an upset.
That would be an upset.
So,
technically,
it would be an upset if they were full strength. It's not an upset.
And the fact that they got 2 All-Stars.
What do you think the Vegas odds on that game are? I'd like to check it because I almost feel like they still would favor Boston.
I think it's 50-50 down the middle with that.
Right.
Philly, Miami.
Philly.
I got Philly going to the finals, so I got Philly doing that, so that's not really an upset. Cleveland, Indiana, obviously Cleveland over Indiana. So
the only real upset we're thinking about here is
Washington,
Boston.
Toronto.
Well, Boston.
That's not an upset though.
Well, technically yes it is.
It's not because they're not at full strength.
I know, but still.
So it's not an upset.
Okay. So
he's talking seeding. You're talking
seeding. F a seed. That's who they got on their team.
So do you really think who you say Washington?
He's saying
Washington upsetting Toronto
because John Wall's back.
Just
do you think it's John Wall's new hairstyle?
I think all the hype behind Toronto is for nothing.
Really?
Absolutely nothing. I mean, they got the best record in the East. They got the number 1 seed. They got 57 wins, most of franchise history.
Make sure you hit Toronto fans in the caption of this video.
Yeah,
I want to see
this.
I
think Toronto got a good chance of going to the Eastern Conference Final.
I don't see Toronto going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like I said, I see Toronto as the Dallas Cowboys. They're just going to let you down. Eventually, they're just going to let you down.
I don't know if they're going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Why doesn't DeRozan get credit
in the first round though?
DeRozan
he's a top 10 player in the league.
He is. He's quiet though. He's quiet, but he doesn't
Duncan
get the notoriety.
Tim Duncan was quiet,
and he plays up north. And the only reason Vince Carter got all that notoriety
because of the dunk contest,
because of all the dunks and everything. So why do you think McGrady left? Style play. So I don't trust Kyle Lowry. I don't trust DeMar DeRozan. I mean, I could see them beating Washington, but my bold prediction would be Washington upsetting them.
So if you said if Toronto goes against Philly. That'll be a nice matchup.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I think if Embiid's healthy, I think they can beat Toronto.
Now, no, one team you don't want to sleep on is Miami. Miami is strong
Whiteside's
defensively.
healthy.
They got a bench, everything. So, okay, put it this way. The bench gets you through the regular season. Your stars get you through the playoffs.
Yeah, because they go to like 7-8 man rotations.
So, who's got more stars, Philly or Miami? Philly. Who's got more stars, Cleveland, Indiana? Cleveland. Who's got more stars, Washington, Toronto? Washington.
Even.
Bradley Beal, John Wall. Okay, you can say it's even. But I don't look at Kyle Lowry as a star.
Really?
Oh,
yeah. He's an NBA All-Star.
Yeah, but I don't look at him as a star.
He must have did him wrong in his FanDuel or something. Something ain't adding up.
Yeah.
So your bold prediction is Washington upsets Toronto. What's your bold prediction, Brandon?
Honestly, out of these, I'm not even rolling with a bold prediction. I feel like Toronto's taking Washington. I feel like I guess I'm with you as far as a seeding upset, and I would feel like Milwaukee over Boston.
Yeah,
that would be it.
What about the West?
In the West,
this is what you guys aren't getting though. They might be right.
We
here.
understand exactly what you're saying.
They might be right here.
I'm just saying.
You're not beating a seed.
In history, they go back when they talk about the Denver Nuggets beat the Seattle SuperSonics.
Yeah, but they were at full strength at that seed.
But I'm just saying that's the safest bet, though.
You're missing Marcus Smart, Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward.
I get that. That's why I'm saying they're going to probably lose. So, and if Brad Stevens can beat the Bucks with what he has left,
it would be an upset if Boston beats Milwaukee.
Yeah, I get that. In Vegas, bettings. So, what about the West? OKC, are they the ones that can make the most noise as far as a first round upset?
That's not really an upset. I feel like that can go either way. If
these guys, all these guys' records here, 4 through 8, are within a game of each other.
Honestly, I would say if I'm going to lean towards, if I had to, and you're going to put a gun to my head, tell me pick a freaking upset, I'm going to say New Orleans beating either Portland or Utah.
No.
Just because I don't know. This is just the brow. Maybe I had you're making me pick one. That's all. I really don't see an upset happening in this first round.
What about Minnesota, Houston?
No.
Houston 4.
It's 4 now?
Sweeping them.
All right, it was 5 a couple minutes ago.
Was it? Well, I had about 5 a couple hours ago.
Now the biggest upset would be San Antonio, Golden State.
Unless
that ain't gonna happen.
Unless Kawhi comes out wearing a Superman cape and feeling 100%, you ain't got a shot in hell.
Tell us what you think on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll be back at you at 3-Point View.
Tune in on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. YouTube going nuts. Click the link. No spam.